What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? My name is Nathan. I am one half of your Hill Brothers, and it is now time for that week, that Victory Bell week. North Carolina taking on the Duke Blue Devils. Once again, it is another time for Carolina. See if they can't get that Victory Bell back, man. North Carolina did, unfortunately, lost that thing last year against Duke, and it was a very unfortunate time. North Carolina was up 20-0 in that game, and ultimately loses it 21-20, and it's extremely unfortunate. But this year is another chance to come back and try and get this thing back again. But before we get into the Duke preview, I want to go ahead and plug something for you guys really quickly. It is almost that time, which that time is Christmas time. Right after this weekend, it's Thanksgiving time, which with Christmas comes Christmas presents. And we want to give you guys one that is going to be here just in time for Christmas. K-Bar Soap, has been an amazing sponsor of ours. We are partnering with them to do a giveaway. K-Bar Soap giveaway. This is what you need to do. You need to go over to the Hill Brothers Instagram page. You're going to find this graphic that's on screen currently right now. You're going to like that post and then go follow K-Bar Soap on Instagram. The winner will be picked live December 1st on Instagram. It's going to be a really good time. What you get is the tactical stocking that you're seeing right there, the Boomer grenade patch that's on the bottom left, 2 bars of soap that you are going to be able to pick whatever scent you want, a handmade cedar American flag soap saucer, as you see right there, a koozie, and also a frag bag, which is a loofah that you can slide your grenade soap in there and use that kind of as a loofah. And also, as the soap starts to dwindle down, it'll break up into pieces, and the pieces will be kept there in the nice little bag. You dump that out and then reload it with your other bar of soap when that time comes. Be sure and go do that, and we want to see you guys go all out for K-Bar Soap. North Carolina is set to take on the Duke Blue Devils this Saturday, 3:30 p.m. on the ACC network inside of Kenan Stadium. North Carolina comes in 4-6 on the season, losing their last game against Wake Forest 28-12. And Duke comes into this game 5-5 on the season on a 2-game skid against UConn, and then this past week against Virginia. North Carolina is not favored in this game at all. Duke is 75.6% via ESPN matchup predictor, and also they are a 6.5-point favorites coming into this game on Saturday. North Carolina holds the all-time record against Duke, 63-42, with 4 ties as well. Duke is led in by head coach Manny Diaz. He is in his 2nd season with the Duke Blue Devils. Last year, really good season for Duke. He comes in and seemingly is able to continue on with the success of that of Mike Elko. Big time year for them last year. Everybody kind of thought, even myself included, that Manny Diaz wasn't going to be able to keep the momentum that Mike Elko was, but he's able this last year, but not so much this year. And Manny Diaz is 35-24 all time as a head coach. They are led in by the big transfer for Manny Diaz this past offseason, which was the quarterback, Darian Mensah. He is a quarterback that's coming in from Tulane. Big time get for this Duke team. He was one of the premier quarterbacks in the transfer portal, and immediately made the jump over to Duke fairly quickly as well. He is the passing leader for Duke. He is a 6'3", 205-pound sophomore quarterback who has thrown for 3,007 yards with 25 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and a QBR of 74.6, which is 24th in the country. The rushing leader is the freshman Nate Shepard, the running back. He is a 5'10", 195-pound running back who has ran the ball for 700 yards off 112 carries, 7 touchdowns, averaging 6.3 yards per carry. The leading receiver is Cooper Barkate, which I hope I'm saying that right. He is a 6'1", 195-pound senior receiver with 53 receptions on 869 yards, 6 touchdowns, averaging 16.4 yards per catch. The sacks leader is the defensive end, Vincent Anthony Jr. He is a 6'6", 250-pound senior Durham native credited with 6.5 sacks this season, and also one forced fumble as well. The tackles leader is the safety, which we hardly ever see safeties in this spot. Caleb Weaver. He is a 5'11", 190-pound senior, and he has been credited with 30 solo tackles, also the interception on the year, but has been credited with a total of 71 tackles. Bill Belichick is leading the North Carolina Tar Heels. They are 4-6. They had 1-2 straight, unfortunately, until last week when they ran up against Wake Forest and could not get their offense off the ground to save their lives. 4-6 in his first season currently right now. Fighting for bowl eligibility is the Bill Belichick-led Tar Heels, and we'll see if they can continue to potentially keep their bowl eligibility alive on Saturday. They are led by quarterback Gio Lopez, who is the sophomore. He is a 6-foot, 203-pound quarterback. He has thrown for 1,425 yards, 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and a QBR of 47.9, which is 103rd in the country. And one thing to keep in mind is that QBR has been moving in the north area there for Gio. It was at one point in the low 130s, and now he's made his way all up to 103rd. He's gotten a lot more consistent, and we'll talk about that and how that's become over these last few games. The rushing leader is Damon June, the true freshman. Love this kid to death, man. 5'11", 215-pound running back. He has 76 carries, 452 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaging 5.9 yards per rush. The receiving leader is Jordan Shipp still. He is a 6'2", 190-pound sophomore with 44 receptions with 498 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaging 11.3 yards per catch. Melkart Abujade is your sacks leader, credited with 10 sacks on the season. And Kamori House, who has stayed our tackles leader, is coming into this game as your tackles leader as well, with 39 solo tackles and a credited total 68 total tackles. This is about to be an interesting game for the North Carolina Tar Heels. Alan is now with us as well, and it is now time for us to talk about this game, man. This is going to be an interesting game for the Tar Heels, and in Kenan Stadium, your last time at home, it's going to be this game is important. It is absolutely important for this team. The next two games are. Next two games are absolutely important for this team. These are your rivalry games. I don't care about how the season's gone. Screw the records. This game matters. And if I'm North Carolina, these next two games, you throw everything you got to set a statement to win these games. I want to know that you threw everything in the kitchen sink at these next two games. Alan, what say you?
What does that include throwing out, you know? You going to throw a new quarterback out there?
No, that's not going to happen. So go ahead.
I mean, if you don't put a different quarterback out there, I'm not sure you really win the game. I mean, the games are important, you know. These are probably the two most important games outside of the Wake Forest game, and you've already fumbled that one away. And from a fan base perspective, I mean, they're important in the fact if you want to continue your postseason, if you want to get, you know, it's not really about the postseason exhibition that's a bowl game. It's more about, you know, getting the extra practices for the team. That's the important part. Especially in North Carolina's case, when you got so many seniors that are leaving, a quarterback, a bunch of your offensive linemen, and then, you know, you can work in the younger guys that, you know, play Sunday night football and all that good jazz during these extra practices you get with the ball game. You know, Duke's a pretty good team. You know, I think North Carolina as a whole took a step back. I was a little disappointed in the defense against Wake Forest. Um, so Darren Mensa, I think Ashford, might have put on tape that a mobile quarterback can have some success against North Carolina's defense, and I'll be interested to see if Mensa and and Duke's coaching staff try to implement some of that this week. It does help that I think you said that Thaddeus is going to play Saturday, so that'll be interesting. You know, it'll it'll be interesting who which spot he takes. Who who's off the field, and I just I don't know, man. I'm just I hope they win. I'm just not convinced that they got enough firepower offensively to do it.
Well, I think that the one thing that's going to play into North Carolina's favor is that this Duke team wants to throw the ball. They are the eighth ranked passing offense in the country currently right now, but they're the 100th ranked rushing offense. They're a team that doesn't like to run the ball a lot. We were on with Ben during the scouting report, and you haven't saw that yet. I would definitely, encourage you guys to go watch the scouting report with Ben from Bull City Coordinators. But he talked about this team that's coming in, and they are very much a short game. The short passing game is an extension of the running game. That's what it is. And they're not going to be a team that's going to be running a lot, but they're going to be throwing the ball a good bit. And it's going to test our DBs, which is why it's amazing to have a Thaddeus Dixon out there, but also that the guys that have been out there in the secondary have gotten reps, like Jaden Patterson in there as well. They've gotten some reps, so that may help Carolina. There's been a lot of issues with Duke's offense at times. There has been, look last week against Virginia. They couldn't get a start at all. They couldn't get going at all in the passing game. And if the team isn't playing together, which has seemingly been an issue for them, then everything could be thrown off for them. But for North Carolina, their defense is not ranked very great. It is being ranked as one of the more worst defenses in the country. Now they've sustained some injuries, especially at the linebacker position. But when it comes to guarding against the run, they're up there. I think they're ranked in the 60s. They're really good rushing
65th.
defense. 65th. There you go. They're really good rushing defense, which they're going to have the same. And I think you're going to see this week and again next week as well against NC State. Stack the box and make them beat you. Talking about Carolina, make Carolina beat you in the passing game. I want to see how this team comes out in the passing game, because Jordan Shipp is finally being very open about, like, hey, we're not doing our part. Like, there's an issue here. There's a problem here. And with Shipp coming out, I know that he's a guy that's aggravated, because Shipp is a star. Shipp playing with one of these high-powered offenses like an Oregon or whatever the case may be, he is a stud wide receiver, and he's just not got his fair share, and neither really anybody on our team, because we've had such bad play calling, number one, but also a quarterback is not seeing the field at all. If it's not a curl route or not a running back screen, he's typically not going to throw it. And that's been a saying I've had over the last number of weeks, and that's just the truth. And not only that, on these curl routes, he can throw them, but by God, they're late too, because they do the curl and then they're just standing there for 5 seconds, and then the ball gets to them. And they're typically still having to run to the ball to catch it, to make sure that a DB doesn't jump the route easily. So Gio has to be. I'm to this point. Gio comes out, which I fully expect him to. If Gio comes out and does not look the part in the first quarter, he's got to go. He's got to go. And I say if, it's not going to happen, but I say if that's the case, if Gio continues to call, now we're going to be in Kenan Stadium, baby. We're going to be in Kenan. I'm going to be in section 106, 107 as the usher. And I'm going to tell you this much. I'm pretty familiar with the people that's been in my section now. They're pretty cool people, but they're also very vocal people in my section as well. If that ain't happening, I'm telling you, that whole section, me included, are going to be booing the entire time. Because then at that point in time, I want it to be heard. I want Kenan Stadium loud on Saturday. Because if this thing ain't working, we need to let him know. Talking about him, the coach, Belichick. Your crap ain't working. Get out of this whole we're married to it because he gives us the best chance. Really, you paid him too much money, and we don't want to look wrong, even though you're already wrong. We've clearly seen that. Get out of this whole drop your ego, drop your pride, listen to your fans. You're not going to do it. I know it's not going to happen, but we as fans need to do our job and be loud at this game. And if they're rolling, cheer them. But if this comes out and continues to look like we saw it, which I fully expect it to, then we got to let them know. Because then you're not serious about winning football games. That's just the case. And I'm to the point now because
there was audible boos in the Stanford game.
There absolutely was. Audible boos. Big time. But I need it louder. I need it louder. I want the decibels, and they pop up, like third downs, like, oh my God, it's getting so loud in here. Like 96, 97, 98, and you're breaking 100 and whatnot. I want it that flipping loud. I want everybody to be loud in this game. My section's going to be rocking. If you don't want a 6107, baby, it's going to be rocking. No matter what's happening, it's going to be rocking. I'm telling you that much now. Get loud and let them know. Let them know.
No, I mean,
you're at Carolina. You're not in New England no more. You are at North Carolina. You ain't in New England back in 2018 rocking with Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski and the crew, winning Super Bowls. You're in North Carolina. All this hate you have for the Jets, I need you to turn all that hate for the Duke Blue Devils and NC State Wolfpack for the next 2 weeks. I need to see that.
I hope it comes true, man. I don't got any faith in him, man. He stared at a terrible quarterback for 10 weeks. I don't think he's he's going to blink in week 11. You know what I mean?
I don't either. And considering since he's already been at the press conference, it clearly says he's coming out, which we all figured that. But the change eventually has just got to be made, because if he comes out again and it's 3 and out and 3 and out and 3 and out and 3 and out, because Duke's a good offense. I know they've had some issues. I know they're currently in like a 2-game slid that's, very bad last week against Virginia at home, by the way. They were at Duke. They were at Wallace Wade, and Virginia came in there laid it to them. We were watching after going to the Christmas show with K-Bar Soap. We were sitting there at a barbecue joint looking up like, what in the flip is going on in Wallace Wade? I looked up every 2 minutes. Hey, touchdown, 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 and that was for Virginia. Then they lost the UConn the week before. Things ain't right over there. Really, this team is primed and ready to be beaten. What are you gonna do, Carolina?
It sounds like our whole schedule.
What are you gonna? No, I'm not being funny. Like, what are you gonna do?
No, I'm saying
I don't care. Well, Bill, it's all about the future. I don't care about the future. I care about right now. You lost to Duke in state last year. You almost lost to Wake Forest last year. Somehow you pulled it out. But do you want to go 0-3 in North Carolina, in the state of North Carolina, to open up your first season? You don't. You don't want that here. Because North Carolina's tired of losing to NC State. We know this. I'm pissed. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. It's just annoying. Duke, we've had a good handle on them until last year. Should have beat them last year. 20-0 at halftime, or a few minutes into the third quarter. You'd think you probably win that game. Can't score a point in the second half. But Bill, you're supposed to be the guy. You want to believe your own hype. Prove it. Prove it to me. Congratulations, you brought in 40 kids in the recruiting class. Go you. Can you win the games that matter? And this game matters.
And that recruiting class ain't going to mean nothing if you don't have a quarterback to perform on the field.
Which recruit, yeah, you can do great. No defense is going to come out and pitch a shutout every week. Sorry,
Yeah,
it's just not the case.
poor
This
Kamari
is
House.
2025, baby. Yeah,
Kamari House, like, oh, we just can't let him score. We just got to do
and here's the
a
thing:
better
he's
job of
not
not
lying.
letting him score. No, he's not lying. But at the same time, he should. I don't think any defense should have to feel like they have to pitch a shutout for their team to win a game.
Of course, you want the shutout. Of course, you're like every game. You're like, I shoot, yeah, they ain't scoring
Oh yeah,
nothing, But this ain't he ain't saying it in that form. It's a crap. If we're gonna win, we're gonna have to pitch shutout, guys. Let's go us. Let's do our thing. So yeah, I just want to see Carolina come out and quit being a bunch of just this. And the defense, I love the defense. People like I'm surprised that you said that you were shocked by the defense last week or wasn't happy with them. I thought the defense played great. Defense, we got put in a lot of bad situations and was able to hold them as much as again without the touchdown to without the late touchdown, the one that put them to 28. They held them to 21. One of the touchdowns was just off of a wild play. Another one came off of a bad fourth down call. And then you had them. They had a holding penalty, which would put them at first and right after the holding call. What had a holding penalty would have put them at first and 15. Would decline that on the 2nd and 9, and they score a touchdown off of that. This coaching staff, aka Bill, aka on the offensive side, Freddie Kitchens, Freddie Kitchens, more importantly, have been horrible. And then with clock management and things, Bill has been really bad. Really bad. And it's surprising to me because that's typically not him. Carolina just come out. They need to come out and win this game. I say all that. My expectations, they better win. Do I think they will? Honestly, I don't. Because what I'm saying right now, I have yet to see an inkling of.
Well, kind of going to need 2 pick sixes and 3 field goals.
Field goals. I have yet
field
to
goals.
figure out what a heck a field goal is.
Field goals.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, heck, you almost had 18 points on field goals last week. 18, which would have been 21-18, by the way.
Yeah, it's nothing like kicking a field goal when you're down 12 to make yourself be down 9 with 11 minutes to go in a game that you haven't scored an offensive touchdown in all. But then take a timeout with 27 seconds left because miracles happen, extend the game.
I don't he doesn't believe that. There ain't no way he believes that. That was just stupid.
And then
Alan, what's your score predictions on this game?
Wants to be upset after the game. 27-9 Devils.
I'm gonna roll with you. I second that motion. Actually, I'm gonna go with what I said in. I don't think I said it in the scouting report. I think I said it afterwards, like off air with Ben. I'm gonna pick 33-9.
Even better.
Yeah, I say 33-9.
Go Heels.
Blue Devils. It's been a long season, guys. I'm not gonna lie. There has been the team is getting better at times, but what pisses me off more than anything is that yes, we have seen some guys that have like the defense is playing. I mean, we haven't saw a defense like this in Carolina in so long. I mean, Alan, I think you were dagging a kid back in the days of a good defense at North Carolina at this quality, right? It ain't quite 90s level, but by God, I mean, it's pretty daggum good, But
yeah.
I mean, here's the deal. It's a conversation we have watched every single flipping position on this team. Every single one of them has been up for grabs. Come in, earn your time, go from there. Guys who weren't even on the depth chart show up out of nowhere. They've had to change their jersey numbers 83 times this year, and I've kept count. The one person that hasn't been changed is the quarterback. Gio's not the guy. Freddie Kitchens clearly has got to go in 2 weeks. It's time to do something different. If you care about winning games, if you care about winning games like this that matter to a fan base that you're trying to sell us a product to, and you've let us down so far this year, you got to be willing to say, you know what? F it. Here's the flipping kitchen sink. I'm going to throw that and I'm going to throw it all at it. Friggin' A. Let's just throw everything. We just throw it all at them. I'm going to throw everything I got at it. You got to do it.
Man.
Please, head coach Belichick, earth to Belichick. Do what you got to do to win these 2 games.
Because you want to see him play another one, or you just want him to win these 2 games?
No, I just want to see. Give me something for next year. Give me. You got to go win these games. They matter. These games matter. Yeah, you're 2 games away from a bowl game. Make a statement. Make a statement.
Made. I mean, they can make a statement and it could be the wrong one, unfortunately.
And that is what, because if you come out these next 2 games and you get destroyed.
And these 2 teams are not going to take it easy.
No, they are going to run their starters until the end of the game. No matter what the score is.
You say you don't know what Wake Forest was going to do. Well, there's going to be no doubt what Duke and State are going to do. Mm-hmm. If they can score 50, they're scoring 50, especially Dave Doran and the Wolfpack. Mm-hmm. If they can hang 100, they're going to hang it.
Yeah. They are going to go, because you know what? They're willing to throw the kitchen sink at it. Show me you're willing. Show me. Don't hold back. This isn't the 2018 Patriots or the 2016 Patriots or the 2003 Patriots. I don't care. This 2025. You with North Carolina. What did you say in your opening press conference? Beat Duke. Beat Duke. How about do that? All I got. I'm getting out of here. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. And as always, go to hell.
Go Hills, baby.